Oh, hello there and welcome to Zoranland. We are a entertaining website with fan club and social network. Please visit us at www.zoran-land.com and join our fan club. This is our Zealand Entertainment.
Welcome to Zoranland. You're watching Zealand Entertainment. When we are talking about dancing studios and dancing in general, I think you should check out the website www.argentintangodetroit.com. Argentine Tango is a friendly studio created by Lori Barton. She is a dance instructor who teaches Argentina dance for over 35 years, and she is also two times bodybuilding champion. In their studio, they are also offering Zumba classes. So my guest today in Orlin and Zealand Entertainment is Julie Romano. Julie, welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Uh, Tell me a little bit about the studio. Let's go to the studio first, and then we're gonna go to the classes
Sure.
that you offer at the studio.
It's a really unique studio located in downtown Utica, and definitely go to the website to find out more details. But it's in a beautiful vintage building, very high ceilings, wood floors are beautiful and refurbished. And the studio offers private and group dance lessons, mainly featuring the Argentine tango, but they also do traditional tango and a lot of Latin-based dances. There's also people that train there one-on-one with professional dancers, just like you see with Dancing with the Stars. Um, we also have groups that come in on Friday and Saturday evening for special events so people can socialize and they can also learn dance in a fun and friendly atmosphere. It makes people feel relaxed. There's all different levels of dancers, from beginning people to more advanced, but everybody is welcome to try. Lori is the owner, Lori Burton, and her and all the instructors there are very, very knowledgeable and extremely friendly, and they'll be happy to answer any questions that you have about the studio.
So you are offering the Zumba classes there,
We are.
and how many times a week is that, and how
Um,
long are the classes?
sure. The classes are for 60 minutes. They're offered 3 times a week. They're on Monday evenings at 6 p.m., Thursdays at 7, and Saturday a.m. at 11.
So they are actually spread to the through the whole week, so
Yes.
you don't get more comfortable at home,
Right.
but that keeps you going. And
Definitely.
yep, I do have a okay about the Zumba. Not many years ago, but when they came up on a TV, it was just like a shocking thing. Oh, wow, Zumba!
Right.
It's nice to. Everybody wanted to take Zumba classes because they were fun, they were entertaining. Actually,
Right.
you're playing with the music and do the exercise while you're dancing.
Yes.
So tell me what first what the Zumba is. What the name Zumba is.
Oh, you know what? They came up with that. There's a dance called the rumba,
Okay.
and they came up with the Zumba name. There's a lot of different references to it, but it was something that was fun. It referenced to the rumba. Most of the dances are Latin based, and we do things like reggaeton, we do salsa, we do merengue, flamenco. Um, we do a little bit of belly dancing. So Zumba has really become a lot more global, where you will see things that are integrated from all over the world. So it
So
is Latin based.
So that means the origins from Zumba are coming from
Yes, from South
from Latin
America, from,
America.
from Colombia
Okay.
original. But there's a lot of influence from Brazil
Hmm.
and other Latino communities, even Puerto Rico, and again, all over the world.
Is the Zumba there and Zumba here doing the same tactics and movements, or
Yes,
something is? I mean, here a little bit north of Colombia and South
right.
America.
That's
Is
one of
any
the
different?
beautiful things about Zumba is that they try to make it a lot less like traditional aerobic classes, that nobody is excluded, everybody is encouraged to work at their own level. And not that they can't use a microphone, but you'll always see in traditional aerobics classes people with microphones, and they're screaming a lot at the classes, and sometimes they're very serious. Zumba is fun, but it's not based on an 8 count or people giving specific verbal instructions. There's a lot of hand gestures. And so if an instructor like myself or someone else, if we went to Spain or Switzerland or China, that everybody could follow the same steps, and the music is universal. So people around the world, especially with
Wherever you go,
Latin-based and/or American music, they really recognize that.
Mhm.
And there are some hip-hop and things that we use that are more pop culture oriented, but it mainly is Latin-based.
there is different kinds of Zumba.
Mhm.
Uh, Name few of them.
Sure.
What kind of a what
Well,
kind
one
of
of the
Zumba we
things that people asked me all the time was, how young can a child start Zumba? There's a program called Zumbatonic, and it's going to be based on like 6 to 12-year-olds. Sometimes if kids are not able to work well in groups, they discourage any younger than that. But that's for kids to do healthy activities, but it also has Zumba-based movements in there. So it's not a full class of 60 minutes of choreographed dancing because it's harder for children to follow.
But the moves are the same for
Yeah,
adults
but they also
and the
do
kids.
drills.
Just,
Yeah, they work with fun things. Some of the instructors they're called toning sticks, so they make a shaking noise.
Mhm.
So they can work with the rhythm. Some work with hula hoops. Sometimes they work with the exercise balls. But it gets the music integrated, not like a typical gym class.
Okay. When you do Zumba, that's considered as a fitness.
Yes.
Uh, what do you think? How other people are looking at Zumba as a fitness? Um, I mean, why will people be better doing losing weight, let's say, in Zumba than losing weight with I don't know, count calories and just sitting home or getting a personal trainer? Or
Right.
why is the Zumba?
Zumba doesn't take the place of weightlifting or strength training. It also shouldn't be the only thing that you do. It is beneficial to bike ride, to walk, to swim. Those things are great. But the biggest feedback that people get as instructors is it's so much fun. The time goes by so fast. In 60 minutes, they feel like they've been there less than 30. They never watch the clock. Depending on the pace of the music and how intense you go about your movement, you can burn 600, 700, 800 calories a class. Your caloric burn, though, is based on your body weight and your muscle that you have on your body. So to calculate specifically, you have to know the person, their height, their weight, their age. But most people can burn 600 calories plus per workout if they're working at the level that the instructor is suggesting, and the music is based on a certain pace. So if it's fast pace and they're doing the movement, 600 calories plus per hour would be very easy to do.
On my website actually, and I asked the questions about Zumba, what people want to know about Zumba.
Mhm.
There was so many response, then we don't have time to go through all of them, but there is few things that I would like to know and get back with them. One of the question was, what is the difference between Gold Zumba and Pony Zumba?
Right. What we mentioned about the children's program, which is the Zumbatonic, the next stage up would just be regular Zumba, and I do have gals that are 16 to 60 or 70 years old. Now what we do is we let our people choose if they do want to do a Zumba Gold, which is considered for people with a special need. Maybe they have an injury. Maybe they have osteoporosis and they're not allowed to do any impacted moves. Maybe they have a little bit of a heart problem. Maybe they're a little overweight. So it's slowed down a little bit, and it's focused a little bit on more of the aging population. And I think you should try both. Sometimes people might be on a borderline, and they might think that age, oh, I'm 65, I have to do Zumba Gold, but that's not true. I would say attend both classes, and what fits best for you. Also consult your physician if you do have any health concerns.
One of the questions was, how long does it take to see results from Zumba, and how many days per week should they train?
Okay. Well, with any cardiovascular workout, they always suggest 3 or more days.
That's actually how many you have at the studio, the 3 days
Right.
at
Yeah,
least.
Right. And it's something that you're not extremely sore from your workout like you would be with strength training. Strength training you don't want to do every single day. You want to allow muscle recovery. With cardiovascular, at this level, it's not sprinting.
But
you
the
know.
cardiovascular continues daily, not
Yes.
just 3 times a week like the
Right, you
classes
could-
are offered.
Right, you could do
Okay.
it. You could do it every day if you so choose. It's so much fun. You might want to do it every day. I feel much happier if I do it 5 or 6 days a week rather than 3.
Mhm. Uh, okay, this question, I can, I probably could have asked this question if somebody posted.
Sure.
Um, how many calories does Zumba burn in 60 minutes?
Right.
60
We
minutes.
were talking about that.
Did you guys measure that? Do you have like a scale or?
Yes, what you can do, because it's very specific as far as exercise science, but people give us feedback. A lot of people use heart rate monitors, and they use calorie burn devices that are pretty sophisticated these days. But they also put in their height, their weight, their body fat percentage, and their age, and their sex, so male or female.
Mhm.
So when I said 600 calories, that's the average. If somebody is moving slower or they're not jumping, if we suggest jumping jacks or something and they're not doing that, it may be lower. Also, somebody that's much taller with more body, they call it like muscle mass, they're going to burn more calories per hour than somebody very short that has less muscle mass. So I can't be
Specific
specific,
with the numbers,
but 600 is the average that has
Mhm.
been studied per
Okay.
hour.
Uh, there is a website. It is called Healthy Body and Mind.
Mhm.
And on that website, I saw it was like a parole. No one diet works for everyone.
True.
Is that true?
Yes. There are some things with exercise science and body physiology and even working with dietitians. We know that you can't have something that's not well-rounded. So there's going to be guidelines with proteins and carbohydrates and fruits and vegetables and sugars and fats, good fats, of course. But you have to find what works for you. One of the feedback that we get with Zumba is that people don't feel bored, so they do it more often. If they're told to sit on a bicycle for 30 minutes, it's not very fun. Or they may be able to do it for a month or two, but they won't be interested in it in 90 days or 6 months down the road. And with the music and interacting with people, it's a very supportive community that likes to do feedback with each other through social media, and they tend to support each other quite a bit. That if you just put on your iPod and you're sitting in the gym or riding a bike or on a treadmill, that you tend to fall off your workout habit more often than if you did a class.
So you do agree with the parole? No one diet works for everyone.
I do.
I guess this is the same thing. No one workouts works for everyone. So everybody
You have to
should
find
find
what works.
what works for them.
Yes, I agree.
Just by curiosity, when we are talking about diet,
Mhm.
I mean, everybody is trying to lose weight, but they are not. They don't actually know what to actually eat.
Mm,
Like, I heard that the sugar is the main problem in the.
I agree.
Okay.
Everybody
So-
loves sugar,
Everybody loves sugar, but it's
Right.
bad for you. Now there is a good and bad sugar. We know that.
of course.
There is other things that also they're bad. But one of the questions also in the email says sugar uh, in your eyes, bad or good thing? Just for them to.
Right, and so
No,
we're talking
for our
about a
viewers.
couple different types of sugar. One of the things that I would encourage people, because we don't have time today, it really depends on the type of sugars and how much are going into your body. And there's something called like a glucose index. Okay, so a blood glucose index that people who are diabetic are very aware of that. There are people that test their blood sugar regularly. But that's the thing, that it can vary so much. If someone was to eat 2 cups of strawberries versus 2 cups of, I'll just say, strawberry pudding or something that has a simple sugar in it, or a white sugar, or a corn syrup, those impact your blood sugar much different than a healthy thing. Like carrots have a lot of sugar in them, but they
But
give
it's a good sugar.
Right, it is a good sugar that barely impacts your glucose level. So,
Uh,
and I know we don't have time to do everything with
I
that,
know.
but I would encourage people to look into like a glucose index, and they have charts that will give you the foods and how much they impact your blood sugar.
What do you think about vegetarians?
I think it's good as long as they're getting a balance to it, because a lot of vegetarians, they don't get a proper protein intake. They go for just the fruits and vegetables, but they're neglecting combining the foods together correctly,
Okay.
like beans and rice, complete protein, And again, a lot of details.
Okay, just for our information, people who drink coffee all the time, coffee bad or a good thing?
I'm gonna
It
say
depends how much
right.
sugar you put in it.
Right, we don't want to do additives. Let's say just a black coffee.
Okay.
They say
Because I heard that fastens your metabolism and
yes. It
it,
also
it's
has
good to wake you
anti-cancer
up in the
properties.
morning.
Yes.
Uh, keeps your brain
Mhm.
working constantly.
Yes.
So
It does have a lot of antioxidants in them, and most people, unless they have pre-existing conditions, do pretty well with about 200 milligrams, which is a large cup of coffee.
mhm.
Um, but I would definitely not suggest huge,
What is
giant
the
cups of.
regular portion? How many cups of coffee can we have per day?
They're really suggesting 1 to 2, and usually in the AM
Mhm.
because of going to
You
sleep
can work it out
issues
through the day and you
throughout
can
to the
go.
day. Yes, not
Okay.
late in the evening. And again, a lot of different details with that also that we probably won't be able
Okay.
to touch on. But 200 milligrams, which would be 1 cup, would be great.
What is your perfect dinner plate?
My perfect dinner
Yeah,
plate.
what's supposed to be on your dinner plate? What are you eating?
If I was to give something to somebody, not even a diet, but something that would be really well balanced, 3 to 5 ounces of salmon, a complex carbohydrate, and that could consist of like a whole wheat pasta. You could do a plain baked potato with a little olive oil and a little parsley, a little sea salt. You definitely would want to have another vegetable. You could do a steamed green bean. And the green bean in combination, if you are very hungry, you can do a green salad on the side with a very light, like a balsamic vinaigrette dressing. So chicken or fish would be great. I'm not against beef, but maybe 1 to 2 times a week with a lean beef. But a perfect dinner plate, they say use a portion of about your hand for a meat, and usually lean. Of course, baked and grilled is best.
Not fried.
Not fried, but I
Okay.
know that people tend to want to do that maybe once a
Mhm.
week for a treat, and that's okay.
So, what will you suggest not to eat?
When we're going back to the sugar, I think junk food is the worst. We're all guilty of it.
Yep.
I love chocolate, so I'm not the slenderest girl in the world. But back to that and what we were talking about with Zumba, I think that people of all sizes can be fit. Your body composition, your heart rate, your blood pressure, your blood sugar really indicates a lot of your health, not just your size. But I think the worst things, I think, is junk food. I'm not a big fan of fast food.
Sometimes we don't have time, so we have to stop
Of
to the
course,
fast
but there
food.
are a lot of healthy choices, like a chicken wrap or something that isn't fried and not doing a large portion of pop.
And one more last question
Yes, sir.
for today. Everybody is trying to lose weight.
Mhm.
So there we have all those classes from Zumba, personal fitness trainer, people joining gyms.
Right.
How about gain some weight? People who are, let's say, too skinny and they wanna gain some weight.
Yes.
Is anybody offers any kind of a program for those people?
Well, with the Zumba, for me, it's not always about losing weight. It is about being fit and having heart health because
In
you
shape.
you want to have a positive resting heart rate. And we don't have time to get numbers exactly, but you want to look into what your heart rate should be. Gaining weight is more of a nutrition thing and mainly a free weight or a strength training program. So it's not relative to a cardiovascular program as much. Something that some people do, and you will see with a lot of athletes that have a thicker thigh, like gentlemen and females, that we call it a gluteus maximus and quadriceps, they tend to be a little thicker if they're sprinters. So if you see football players, if you see
A little more
sprinters, yes, they'll have thicker thighs. Long distance runners that are running at a certain pace for longer periods of time, they're very slender, very slender. And so a little bit
You
more.
mentioned that, yes.
Right. So, sprinters will have a thicker thigh naturally and more glutes from sprinting more than long distance runners.
For everybody who is watching us now, where can they find and see your work? Is there any website that you can tell us, or address, or phone number that they can contact whoever wants to join Zumba?
Yes. I do have a Facebook page too.
Okay.
It's C, letter C,
Mhm.
Zumba Girl C
Okay.
on Facebook. And I also have a website, which is also the C, Zumba Girl C, and it can be connected to a Gmail account. So it's great for smartphones, and they can contact me there. They can also leave messages on the ArgentineTangoDetroit.com
Okay.
and ask any of the owners or the other instructors about Zumba. We don't really specialize in personal training and nutritional counsel.
But you do offer the Zumba classes.
Yes,
As we
definitely.
said, 3 times a week,
Yes.
Monday, Wednesday,
Monday,
Monday
at 6,
at 6,
Thursday at 7, and
and
Saturday at 11 a.m. Yes.
That was my guest, Julie Romano. Thank you very much for coming to the show
Aw, thank
and explain a
you.
little bit about Zumba. People who didn't know, now they should know.
Yes. Thank you.
And visit us at www.zoran-land.com inside the fun.
Hey, it's me again. Thanks for watching our show. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any suggestions for the next show, please email me at zoran@zoran-land.com. See you next time.